All right, Johnny, how are you today?
Yeah, good, Stu. I've just finished for Christmas. I'm looking forward to a few weeks off now. How are you?
Oh, you finished already? So you got next week off?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I booked my holiday, so I'm off from this Friday and then going back in January to work. Yeah,
Heading back to the United Kingdom?
I'm not actually. I'm staying here for Christmas. Long story, but yeah, I'm staying here for Christmas this year.
All right, great. What, are you going to celebrate something at your house there or going to some friends?
Yeah, yeah. I've got some friends coming over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'll see them, and then yeah, we'll probably the girlfriend and I will celebrate Christmas together.
All right, fantastic. What's on the agenda today, Johnny?
Yeah, all right. So let's start with the new levy vivienda, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
So it's expected that rental prices will increase about 5% next year, and experts are saying that is as a result of this new law regarding property, which is coming into effect.
All right, good. So what's the nitty-gritty of the increase?
So it's all to do with specific parts of the new law that we've discussed previously on the channel. So increases in the property tax annually if your property is empty.
Yeah.
That's one aspect. Another one is the removal of tax advantages if you have a certain number of properties in your portfolio.
Yep.
So that's mainly going to affect large companies
Yep.
that have many properties, so they'll lose those fiscal advantages. And also, I think the age for young people as well could also be a driver in increased rent prices.
Sorry, what was that last bit? The age, you said?
Yeah, so the age that Sanchez proposed for younger people to get into rental properties.
Oh, the age. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right, good. Yeah, so there was some type of subsidy that he put on the table, right, to try to get young people out of their parents' home and into their own accommodation. That's right. I think it was for the under 35s, if I remember correctly, was it?
Yeah, it was up. And I think it was up to 250 euros a month for a set number of years. I can't remember how many, but there was, I think, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, so according to the experts in the sector, all of these factors are going to increase prices by 5% next year for people renting.
Yeah, well, I think that there's other parts of that law as well that I don't have in mind right now, but there was a lot of aspects to it. And yeah, essentially what the experts are saying is pre-pandemic, there was a huge demand for rental property in Madrid, and prices have always been quite high here in terms of renting.
Yep.
The pandemic, of course, meant that a lot of properties were unable to be rented.
Yep.
So the demand decreased, which put less pressure on the prices and brought them down slightly.
Okay.
And now, as a result of some of these measures that are coming in as part of this new law, it's going to put pressure on the supply again and increase the demand, and then of course the prices are going to go up. That's what the experts are saying.
Well, interesting. I suppose when you do interfere in a market, there is some type of backlash, and as we said, the government's objective is to try to make rent more affordable, I think, at the end of the day, isn't it? And try to protect people that are renting and get more people to rent, and obviously try to get the situation in favour of the person that rents rather than in favour of these big landlords, which we did speak about a few weeks ago, Johnny. I think it was the Blackstones, and a lot of companies have a lot of rented properties on their portfolios, right?
Yeah, I mean, the government is trying to do that to make the rent more affordable for young people and make it more, for everyone, not just young people as well. But seems that the experts think it's going to have the opposite effect, what they're doing.
Well, it's been something that, I suppose that it's always the question, do you allow rental properties to move with the market, or do you try to intervene as a government? And I think we spoke about it a long time ago now, Johnny, but the concept of the renta antigua, do you remember that we spoke about that?
Yeah, where you begin rent, people who've lived many, many years and have paid the same rent since the 80s, 90s, for example.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it was even earlier, to be honest. And there were, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember the story of a lady who was renting a house in a fairly flash Madrid suburb, very close to Plaza Castilla, and she was paying like €20 a month or something, you know, and basically the building was falling down around her, but she had this watertight contract in place where they couldn't put the rent up. So the idea is that they allow the building to, you know, fall into rack and ruin, and that's the way of getting people out, because obviously if you are a landlord, Johnny, you're there for the investment, right? A lot of the times.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, it would be like if you, let's say, for example, you decided to rent your house out there in, you know, the new house that you bought in a few years' time because you move on to something else, and you get people in that are paying the same amount of money for the next 20 years, Johnny, and for you, there's no benefits really, is there?
Yeah, well, yeah, I see your point, particularly from a landlord's perspective. I know
That's
in
it.
my first rental contract that I had when I moved here, there was a clause that stipulated that the rent would be subject to annual increases in line
CPI.
with inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's understandable, but of course, I mean, there's probably other situations where they increase it not according to CPI, and the other opposite effect is that renta antigua, or the you know, historical rent prices, where you start paying in 2021 €500 a month, and you know that's the price you're going to be paying for the next 20 or 30 years. So
Yeah, it is a complex problem to tackle.
Well, I don't think we're going to that extreme again, because obviously that was something that was, you know, developed in the 1960s or 70s or whenever that came about. But you know, it is something that they never seem to get it right. I don't know what the problem is, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on, Johnny. What's next?
Yeah, all right, let's move on to Christmassy topics now, since
Okay.
we're getting closer. So the Christmas
What's the
lottery.
time of the year, isn't it?
It is indeed. It is that time of the year.
I heard Mariah Carey on the radio this morning, so whenever I hear her, I know that it's Christmas time.
Yeah, whenever I check the Spotify charts and see all these songs appearing, you know it's close to Christmas as well, yeah.
Michael Bublé's apparently come out of the iceworks, and he's defrosted, and he's back again for his Christmas album.
Nice. I can't say I'm a big Christmas music fan, but you know, there's some songs you just can't avoid them.
Yeah, that's it.
Time of
That's
year.
it. Especially that one I said before, the Mariah Carey. So what's happening Christmas?
Yeah. Another thing you can't avoid around this time of the year is La Lotería de Navidad, the Christmas lottery in Spain.
That's true.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. People are obsessed by this lottery. The the queues at my local lottery outlet are enormous this type of year. They actually have a special setup there for people that are queuing up to buy tickets, and there's some places in Madrid that are out of control. You've probably seen the Doña Manolita. I think we spoke about it, and I spoke about it in another video with somebody a few weeks ago. And the funny thing is that you can buy tickets online, but people love to queue up, and it's sort of like the tradition, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everyone talks about, like, if that particular place sells the winning ticket, they want to be there to get it. That's the thing that I think goes through everybody's mind. But I was amazed at where you can get them. Not only can you get them in these kiosks, but a lot of employers, I think, sell lottery tickets.
Oh, everybody sells.
Sports teams sell them.
Yeah, well, your
Everywhere.
new basketball club's probably selling your tickets, right?
They did, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you can buy them in bars. You can buy them in restaurants. There's people come up to you when you're sitting there on a terrace having a drink. People come up to you and try to sell you a ticket. You can go to a lottery agent. You can buy them online. They are available everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Well, I mean, the El Gordo, so the big prize.
Yeah.
So that's €400,000.
Well, it's not even that
more or
big at
less.
the end of the day, right? So if you compare that,
That's what I think. So it is quite it's a big amount, of
I mean,
course. But
don't get me wrong,
yeah.
Jenny. I'd like to have thousand in the back pocket at the moment. But if you compare it to Euro millions, it's not a lot of money.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, Euro millions is it's a much bigger.
That's it. So the Christmas lottery here, and as I said, I spoke about this with Ivan a few weeks ago. It's more than a lottery. It's a tradition. It's like stuffing your face with 12 grapes at the end of the year. It's not a normal thing to do, but everybody here does it because it's a tradition. And if you don't do it, you're sort of like an outcast. And that's the same with the lottery. If you don't buy a lottery, I mean, if you said to your basketball club, "Oh no, I'm not really interested in the lottery," you'd be an outcast, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, I decided not to buy a ticket this year.
Oh, there you go. You'll be in the black books.
I'm an outcast. Yeah,
you'll be on the bench.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the money that you buy with the lottery ticket, it of course goes to Hacienda. It goes to the
state. Exactly right. It goes to the state.
Yeah. You see it on the name. It says Loterías del Estado. So,
well, yeah, that's exactly right. So there's sort of the tradition is that, as you know, there's an extra payment for a lot of people. A lot of people have their salary divided into 14 payments, so they get an extra payment just before the summer holidays, so they can spend up big, and a lot of people get an extra payment just before Christmas, so they can spend up big. And I think this is the way that the government just says, "Thank you very much. We'll take a couple of €100 back off everybody," because some people do spend that on the lottery, Johnny.
Yeah, well, I mean, I found the figure. I think they generate about 1.2 billion euros in revenue from lottery ticket sales.
Amazing. That's it.
They do give you some tax deductions though if you're one of the lucky winners. I think if you win less than 40,000 euros, it's tax free, and then you pay 20% on any winnings above the 40,000.
Well, I've said this before, and I'll say it again: the chances of winning a lottery, if you put a €1 coin on the border with France and Spain, and if you put a euro coin down all the way to Cadiz, and then you said to somebody, "Go and choose one of those coins," and that's the chances that you've got of basically winning the lottery, right? So it's almost impossible. But it's the theory of if you're not in it, you're not going to win it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they always prey on that. It's like, the idea is that, oh, what if my workmates win, or what if my sporting team wins and I didn't participate? That's what people always have in the back of their mind.
Yeah. Oh well.
But anyway, it is what it is. All right, good. What's next?
Yeah, and let's stay on the Christmas theme for our final topic, and we'll talk about Christmas hampers.
Did you get one?
Navideñas. I was out when they tried to deliver it. I was really upset. I was.
They don't come back again?
Office. Well, I expect them to. I expect my Christmas hamper to arrive.
That's yours,
yeah. It would be mine. And my neighbours didn't accept the request to take it as well, so that has complicated things. Well, unfortunately,
you're still the forastero in the building. You see, they got this dodgy red-headed Englishman who's just moved in. They're not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, they don't know why they've been asked to hold the package for me. Yeah,
that's it.
But yeah. I mean, I hope it comes. Well, I assume it will come on another day. Yeah. But
you pick it up in the office in January anyway, I suppose.
Worst case scenario, and then have to bring it all the way back.
That's it.
But lots and lots of goodies in Christmas hampers in Spain. A lot of employers are quite generous when.
Well, it depends on the company, doesn't it? And I think you're going to highlight the Inditex Christmas hamper that they're giving, right?
Yeah, we'll have a look at the Inditex hamper, and it is, from my experience, it is quite typical of what I've seen in Christmas hampers as well. So this year in particular, I think they've opted for more sustainable products, and they've sourced a lot of their products from Galicia as well. So first things first, lots of liquor and alcohol.
Yeah, a few bottles of champagne, or cava, I suppose.
Yeah, cava, champagne. I think there's maybe gin in there as well.
Oh, wow.
I think there's some gin in there. Yeah. And then what else have we got? So you've got tuna. You've got mejillones.
Yeah.
You've got Parmesan. So it's like this kind of cheese, I think, isn't it?
Okay.
I think you've got jamón ibérico in there as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a luxury.
Yeah, and you've got what's this last one? Yeah, you've got Iberico Gourmet as well.
Okay, all right, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
and then
it is the tradition that a lot of companies still have. I think. I think it sort of depends which company you work for, and obviously the potential of that company. Inditex, of course, one of the biggest companies in Spain, Johnny. So
yeah,
you would expect them to give a fairly decent hamper. But my girlfriend's company gave her one. There was no ham or anything like that. A couple of bottles of cava, I think, a couple of bottles of wine, maybe a few Christmas, biscuits and things like that that are quite popular here in Spain. Turron, the nougat, and
yeah,
I think that's about it. And she complains that every year it gets worse and worse, which could be could be the thing as well. But yeah, I think it's what they in Spanish they call it detalle. It's a nice
Un
thought
detalle,
that a
yes.
company gives you something for Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, my company is quite generous as well with the hampers, so
That's it.
it's always something I look forward to at
So
this time of year.
have you seen what's in yours or not?
I haven't seen this yet, but from previous year's experience, I can say it's pretty similar to the Inditex one as well.
Okay.
And
All right.
yeah,
Your company's obviously doing well at the moment. That's why you get a nice Christmas hamper, Johnny.
yeah.
Is it similar when you worked in France? Was it similar there? Did you get a Christmas hamper?
So I don't think we got Christmas hampers in France, but in the company I worked in, we would have like the aperitivo concept quite frequently, not just at Christmas, but throughout the year as well. And then like in Spain, how they have the Galleta de Reyes, they have something similar there as well. And we used to do that quite often in January as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So a nice touch. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else?
That was all I had for today, Stu.
All right. Good one, Johnny. We'll be in contact for. I don't know about next week. Are you around or not?
We'll see. We'll see about next week. Yeah, we'll be in touch.
All right. If not, we'll speak after the new year.
Indeed. Speak
All right.
to you
Have a
later,
good one,
Stu.
Johnny. If we don't see you, have
You
a good
too.
Christmas, and we'll be in touch. Okay.
You too, Stu. Have a good Christmas.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye bye.